The stages of being a Twitch streamer. Time to learn. Time to learn some
Hi guys,
stuff.
and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In
Hi.
today's video, I'm going to be walking you guys
Why is it lagging? Oh, okay.
through my hypothetical that I completely made up, but the stages of being a Twitch
Walk
streamer.
me through this
From
hypothetical.
Stage 1, just getting started, to stage 5, a plateau. Anyways, let's get into it.
I'm ready to learn.
I've actually talked about this on stream like 3 separate times, and I've lost all 3 VODs for it. So I'm tired of looking around for this VOD that apparently doesn't exist. So I'm just gonna go and walk you guys through in a pre-recorded YouTube video because I'm tired of losing my VODs. But this is my theory of the 5 stages of being a Twitch streamer.
Okay, hit
so
me.
let me know in the comment section down below which stage you are in.
All right.
Also, I am pulling this up in my best friend MS Paint. I love making these scuffed drawings. Oh, I should maybe make it purple because Twitch. All right, so here is our graph.
Okay.
So on the x-axis, we have time, and on the y-axis, we have CCV, which also stands for concurrent viewers. It is the same thing as average viewers. I've gotten that question a lot, and that's what CCV stands for. I'm gonna go and use a lighter purple and draw the timeline of Twitch, and let's break this
All right,
down.
hit us with the timeline.
So here's my graph as to what I think the timeline of being a Twitch streamer looks like.
What's the
If
time
you've
frame?
Been on Twitch enough. And let's break this down. So over here we have, I'll use a little thinner line. This is stage 1, and then here we have stage 2, and then stage 2, and then we have stage 3, and then we
Okay.
have stage 4 and 5. So
Okay.
let me number this on top. And you might be like, Kat, where did you come up with this? Pulled it out of my ass. No, I'm kidding. Or maybe am I?
She's not
Anyways,
kidding.
let me explain. Stage 1 in your Twitch streaming career, you have no average viewers or very low.
Damn.
Maybe it's you,
I'm still in stage 1.
Kangaroo, and Feet just chilling in your stream.
Or maybe I'm in
together.
stage 2. Maybe hold up. Let me not be so early to judge myself.
And maybe your mom, but you really don't know what's going on.
My mom
here.
doesn't
You
watch my
are
streams.
very, very confused. You basically like only figured out how to press the go live button. What's an alert? What's a raid? Like no.
Nah,
idea what
I'm
any
probably
of
in
these-
stage 2.
So you're just brand new. Stage 2 is where you start figuring out, hey, in order to grow on Twitch, I actually need to do more than just hit go live.
True.
So here you kind of start having a little epiphany and realizing, oh, I need to probably make a brand.
Make
I
content.
need to probably make content on other
Yeah,
social media so
okay.
people can discover me.
Yeah.
Maybe you saw a TikTok of mine telling you advice, or maybe my YouTube videos teaching you how to be a
I'm getting a phone call. Stages. We're on stage 2. Now we're on stage 3.
quote-unquote better streamer. It's all subjective, but you know what I mean. Or maybe you watch Harris Heller or somebody else. Up to you. Whichever floats your boat. But you basically realize that there are things you need to do to grow, network with other streamers, etc. And your CCV starts picking up linearly.
Network with other
So
streamers. What?
You will grow and gain average viewers at a linear rate, which means you're like slowly gaining average viewers, but it's a pretty flat slope here, a very small angle. 3 is the golden stage. It's one of the 2 golden stages. So stage 3 is this exponential growth. You will skyrocket from being at wherever you were at the end of stage 2 up until wherever you end. Sorry, that's really vague, but it's exponential growth. So you go from a linear growth to an exponential growth in your average viewer count and your followers gain, etc. This stage is when all of the brainstorming and realizing what you need to change, everything is kind of clicking, everything is working. So it kind of like all your epiphanies and things like that, you've applied it to your stream and you're reaping the rewards for it now. And it could take a really long time actually for this to happen. It could be a couple months, it could be like a year or 2. For all of these little things
Well,
to
it's
kind
been
of
like
piece
4
together.
years.
But when it
5,
does, you're going to be
actually.
experiencing a massive exponential growth. So it's kind of like a fire lit under your butt. Maybe there's a prime moment in your life where you're able to dedicate more time into content creation and being a streamer, but your growth is upwards exponentially. Stage 4 is typically where people get partnered. So
Networking with other streamers is big facts. Not gonna lie, bro. If I'm being completely honest, because I have looked in some like Discords, kind of, most people are just promoting their own shit, hoping other people will click on their shit, and that's about it. Like, if I were to actually go deep dive and find some like people to like network with, I don't even know where I would look, to be completely honest with you, because it's just a whole bunch of people just trying to push their shit. No one really wants to help the other person out. No one actually wants to get to know other people. I mean, I shouldn't say no one, but very few people, from my anecdotal experience, it seems, or from my observation, it doesn't really seem like a lot of people want to like interact like that. But it's kind of a dog eat dog world out here, bro.
Stage 4 is where this exponential growth will carry on a little bit more, and you'll reach a peak of your average viewer count in which you hit partner. Or a lot of people hit partner at this peak. If that didn't happen, a lot of people tend to flip-flop between stages 3 and 4. And I will finish explaining the rest of stage 4. But a lot of people flip-flop
I think I've literally been stuck on stage 2 for the past 5 years.
between these two. And you can flip-flop between like a lot of stages as well. You can flip-flop between like 1 and 2, 3 and 4.
I think, matter of fact, I flip-flop between 1 and 2. That's more accurate.
But in this stage, you continue the exponential growth, and then you will hit a peak, and then you get partnered at some point anywhere from like here to around here. When you're just about to hit the peak, when you're just on the come up, and then maybe like a little bit after on the fall, you'll hit partner. But then
Stage
you
5.
experience the pit of despair. This is where a lot of content creators or a
Quit?
lot of streamers kind of go to die.
Really?
Or their career, they just like quit. A lot of people quit at this point. But it is when...
If you've already made it over the hump and you're in stage 4, the worst thing you can do is quit right here. Like, the fact that you made it all the way up through the first 3 stages into stage 4, like, you're basically already almost there.
your viewer count plummets after hitting partner. It's when you experience that drop. And unfortunately, I really have to say, for most people, this drop is inevitable. You're going to...
That's the cycle of life. You go up and down, you go up and down. It's never truly just a exponential line all the way up. You're gonna have peaks and valleys.
have this exponential growth, but this exponential growth cannot carry on forever. So once this exponential growth becomes linear growth, it kind of actually will look like a drop off. And the drop off could be at different levels of severity.
Yes.
But typically if you partner push, the drop is going to be way bigger than if you did not partner push.
Why?
But you're going to be experiencing a massive drop in viewer count. And a lot of people, they get ruined here. Their mental goes down. They're really sad. They're really upset. It makes them question their validity as
You
a
gotta
streamer,
keep everything
as a
in
content creator,
perspective.
which I completely understand. But not all hope is lost, right? Well, like I had mentioned prior, a lot of people flip-flop between stages 3 and 4. So a lot of people will reach a viewer count peak, and then their viewers will drop. They'll drop in viewership. They'll have a crisis, whatever. They'll be feeling really upset. And then they will go.
That's when you really have to
and
push.
Maybe try to change things up again, try to improve their stream. And then let me use this green. They'll experience maybe another exponential growth or another like growth upwards. Maybe you won't reach the maximum peak you reached prior, but you'll get kind of close up there and it might dip down a little bit, but you get like a redemption arc for stage 4. So a lot of people can
Redemption arc.
flip-flop between stages 3 and 4 a lot. But stage 4, this pit of despair, is where a lot of content creators kind of peter out at. And I can make another video talking about ways to go and kind of keep your mental up, ways you can try to lessen this drop after hitting your peak average viewer count, hitting partner, but the drop is complete.
Have you ever tried going on Twitch to a category you vibe with and sort from low to high viewers? People with lower viewer counts are more likely to want to collab, and it's a win-win for both parties. I have. Nobody's piqued my interest, though. I have not consistently done it, but the times I've looked, nobody's really piqued my interest.
Completely normal. It will happen.
I'm
It's
just being straight
inevitable,
up.
but there's things you can do to try to mitigate it. And then stage 5 is stage 5 onwards to eternity. So your viewer count will go up actually after a while. Like after that pit of despair, after falling down here, after being really upset and questioning your worth, most content creators here kind of will take a little bit of a break, whatever, but they'll come back swinging, they'll come back rejuvenated and with more energy and with kind of like a little bit more of a older outlook on content creation, if you will. And kind of realize you want to change things up, make things a little bit better, but you also realize that this is the reality and you may not hit these numbers again, or maybe
I might
you
look
will,
tonight,
but
or I could look today.
streaming isn't for numbers,
I don't
whatever.
know.
You kind of have that epiphany that
I could
numbers
look on
don't matter
stream.
anymore, and your viewer count will go up because you start streaming for personal enjoyment.
Not gonna lie,
rather
that's
than
how I found this channel. Well, I figured because I was a 0 viewer Andy, 1 viewer Andy. Makes sense though.
streaming to make numbers. And then
I mean,
your
yeah.
numbers might ebb and flow, they might fluctuate a little bit, but you end up hitting a plateau at around here. And this plateau is great because with this plateau, you can open up your stream and you can guarantee like basically 70 viewers per stream.
70 viewers would be the dream.
At least guarantee like 50 viewers per stream
Shit,
at around
50.
this plateau.
Shit, 25. Fuck, 10.
Maybe in the beginning, in the pit of despair, that 50 viewers seemed very low from your partner
We'll get
numbers
there.
of like 150. But opening up your stream to just 50 people chilling there is amazing.
It's dope.
It is mind-blowing. 50 people are just willing to put time aside
would be
in
dope.
their day to go watch you.
True.
That's crazy.
True.
But once you hit this plateau, anything goes after this. After you hit this plateau, you could skyrocket upwards. You could also maybe quit streaming and your numbers go down.
I actually
You
don't
can
watch any
maintain
of the major
plateau.
channels.
This is kind of the unknown
I-
after that little
I do a
plateau
little
that
bit,
happens.
but not
But
too much.
at least in the beginning stages, quote unquote beginning of a streaming career, from when you get started to
There's
getting
only like
partner-
one big streamer that I really watch on a consistent basis if I catch him live or if I decide to watch his streams.
and a little bit afterwards.
Everyone
This is
else I'll just
typically
peek
the
in time to
trajectory
time.
that I've seen. So let me know if you think this is true. Let me know if you think
I guess that's the beauty of streaming too, is that there's somebody out there for somebody. You may not be one of those people that likes to watch the bigger streamers, and that's all right. There's somebody out there that might fit your personality a little bit more. I guess you just have to look a little harder. So maybe I have to look a little bit harder when it comes to finding somebody to collab with.
full of BS. I've seen this with myself and a lot of other people that I know whose
But
careers
I
followed a
also
very
don't want to be in a position where I'm actually grinding my ass off and I want to like actually build my shit, and then somebody else is like slacking, or like they're kind of just like, I don't know if I really want to do this. Like, blah, 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 blah. I don't got time for that.
similar trajectory. But yeah, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. That means so much to me. I also
Like,
have a
I'm all in
Ko-fi
with this shit.
where I have free resources,
Basically.
like a 13-page PDF on how to grow and use TikTok, a list of
I
115
already told y'all.
sponsors and growing, a Notion board template on how I keep track of my
already
sponsorships,
told y'all that
etc.
I'm, like,
a lot of free resources.
I actually
so check it
learned
out. It's linked down
about
below.
my
And I also
consistency
stream on
problem,
Twitch
so-
Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays at 7 p.m. PST.
I'm actually
so I hope to catch
Back
you
in the
there
game.
or in
I'm
another
not
video.
deleting my content
Peace.
this time. That was a cool video. Oh shit! I've been at stage 2 waiting for stage 3 to happen for the last 3 years. Granted, I can't dedicate as much time as I'd like due to IRL commitments, but it's been tough making changes, trying to get exposure, and then seeing very little return. I'm just extremely grateful for the community I have, as that keeps me going live. I appreciate my community too. Facts. I'm in stage 2, but all branding and growth is because of your streaming advice videos. I just need to be more consistent and stick to my schedule. Facts. Me too. Not just stream when I feel up to it because I have subscribers that deserve more. But a side note, I have enjoyed making new friends on Twitch, and what an awesome thing we have on this platform. Thank you, Kat. You're the best. I mean, I'm not the only person that, there are other people that I can resonate with in that regard when it comes to being consistent and all that stuff. That was definitely my thing. I would just go on and off, just quit here and there. And I acknowledge that, and we're remedying that as we speak. I think I've been doing a decent job of that, posting the YouTube videos, streaming, not waiting a few months in between streams, at least at this burst of time that I've committed to streaming. I mean, I definitely want to make it a thing where I'm streaming almost every day or consistently enough where it's like not whatever. You can't control what other people do. If someone is slacking, don't hold it against them and keep finding more people to collab with. Yeah. 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 That's true. It's more of just like, if you want to stream, you'll do it. Like, I don't want to associate with people that are going to have the mentality of like, that are going to have a weak mentality. Cause I can't, like, you are who you associate with. So it's just like, are we going to do this or are we not going to do this? That's kind of where it's at. Like, obviously I can't control what other people do, but I mean, I'm going to continue pushing on doing my thing regardless. So that doesn't matter. There's no outside effect on that. I'm going to continue doing my thing and it is what it is. It's just a matter of if someone else comes into the picture, that's cool. And if they leave, then, you know, that's life. That happens. It's totally a valid point. And a lot of the time, there's not a lot of thinking that you really have. Sometimes there's some thinking that you have to put into this stuff, but at the end of the day, you really just have to just go. You just got to do. You can't get caught up in the thinking, and that's what I've done a lot, is just get caught up in the thinking and decision paralysis, but we're out of that. So just push forward. That is my plan, just to push forward. And keep her going. Keep the train going. Keep the gravy train going. If you're gonna do your own thing regardless, then you're not who you associate with. But people's mentalities and energy can rub off on you, though. That's a very real thing. If you sit in a room with a bunch of people who have no ambition and no motivation, eventually that shit's gonna rub off on you. It's just a fact. If you immerse yourself in an environment that, I mean, influences you in some type of way, eventually you're going to be affected, whether you believe it or not, on a conscious or subconscious level. It's just human nature.